So my problem with the Division 2 is that every single season I feel like they just throw brand sets and gear sets at us that really don't make much sense. I understand that they need to bring something new to the table, but what I have forever said is why not just rework the gear sets that we have and re release them that way, or bring back something that you know the community would want, like maybe like old Division 1 sets. You know, something like Nomad or Reclaimer or, what have you. But all of these new sets are very confusing as to why. Why would they go in this direction? And well, the new brand set is well exactly that. I keep asking myself why, and well, I did come up with one build combination to make it work. I want to see what you think. So without further ado, I am here in the PTS, and now it's time to talk about the new Imminence armament. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, so sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But that's right, we are going to break down the new brand sets, and this will be your first look and review from yours truly. So I hope you enjoy. Here we go. Now, the new brand set being introduced into Year 7 Season 1 is called the Imminence Armaments. Now, this one has me scratching my head, and it's all because of the two-piece bonus. So, let's talk about them. The one-piece bonus gives us weapon damage, plus 5%. That's the same as Walker Harris. Okay, whatever. But the two-piece bonus, this two-piece bonus, I'm not sure. 100% increased threat. Now, right off the bat, people are going to say, well, what does that do? That's your NPC aggro. So you're aggravating the other NPCs to attack you. You're getting their attention. You are increasing your overall threat to your nearby enemies. This has zero effect in PvP. And in PvE, it doesn't matter if you're playing solo. Because if you're playing solo, you already have their aggro completely because you're the only enemy. And then increasing your threat would only have the enemies around you have your aggro anyways. So it's kind of like a null situation to where it's like, well, what exactly is the point of this set? So then you go to the three-piece, and that's where everything changes. 60% pistol damage. So right there, they want you to use a pistol build, probably with a bulwark shield, to then have the increased threat, and then you can sit behind the shield while taking everybody's aggro. And that's where this brand set kind of sits. Now, my problem with that, just right off the rip, just letting you know, is that it's very, very specific in the playstyle. You would need to use a pistol. You would need to probably use a shield, which your best shield to use with a pistol would be a bulwark. So it's kind of forcing you into this type of play, which it's doable, but is that better than like bringing back Reclaimer? Is that better than bringing back, like say the real Alpha Bridge or say Final Measure that's like legit with the grenades? I mean, there's so many like Reclaimer. We could have cool Reclaimer with like the hives. I'm not sure. Like this is a cool set, but it's a very, very niche set. So here's one of the only setups that I have, or that I'm actually going to put together with this brand set. And it's a pistol build. So I put together a pistol build with the Prophet Perfect Determined. And again, this is a test build for the PTS, but it does work. It works amazing. Let me explain. So I'm using this pistol, Perfect Determined, with the Ninja Bike. Now the two-piece of the new brand set gives me that three-piece, so I get the 60% right off the rip. But then I added the punch trunk, so that gives me another 20. and then I'm getting headshot for that. So then I'm going headshot weapon handling. Because of the new modifier, I get bonus armor, so I can put that with Intimidate, which increases my weapon damage. And then I'm going Brazos because that Ninja Bite gives me another skill tier. So I'm actually able to have a tier 6 shield with the Artificer. Artificer? The Artificer Hive. So I'm essentially unkillable now with this build setup. And just to put salt in the wound, I went ahead and added the Turmoil to here because why not? So I added the Turmoil to where my one-shot pistol build is now turning into a one-shot 2-kill pistol build. You see what I mean? And it just makes it go banana pancakes, straight crazy. This is how I would build that new brand set. But it's very, very specific is what I'm saying. Like, who wants to do that? Like, I get it, but it's not something I would run every day. Like, this is something I would put together and, like, make a few builds, and then I'm probably just going to put it back in the stash. So, we've talked about the brand set. Let's talk about the named items that come with it. Because we have 2 new named items as well. So, first up, we have the backpack. This is the named Imminence Armaments backpack called the Captain. So the Captain comes with Perfect Leadership. Perfect Leadership gives you 5% more bonus armor than normal leadership. So normal leadership, it would say 15, 10, 10, and 10. And for Perfect Leadership, you can see it says 20, 10, 10, and 10. So you get 20% bonus armor if you do a cover-to-cover for not only you, but also your allies for 10 seconds. Now, if you do that within 10 meters of an enemy, it will double to 40% bonus armor for you and your allies. And the cooldown is 10 seconds. Now, this one, it's a talent that I would never touch. However, check out the newest holster. So this is where it began to make sense. So the new backpack gives you bonus armor for doing the cover-to-cover, right? It doubles whenever you do that cover-to-cover next to an ally. But more importantly, if you match it up with the new exotic is the Nimble holster, which also gives you armor for doing cover-to-cover. Not only that, but if you take any damage doing the cover-to-cover, it's healed. So putting the Nimble with the brand new named backpack, the Captain, you get 3 different types of healing all at once. So that is, how I would use that new named backpack. Really cool. But then finally, we have the named knee pads. Now these are broke. You can see right here. It's not even working. So I can't properly test them. But these are the cloak knee pads. And again, it's broken. Can't test it, so I don't know what the final version's going to be, but there you go. There's your first look at that. Now, that, my dear agents, is the full breakdown on the new brand set, the Imminence Armaments. It's just really pistol heavy, and that increased threat is really not going to matter. So you could go hard in a pistol build, or you could just use the one piece and get the extra weapon damage, but I don't know. I mean, that's as good as Walker Harris, and if you're going to run this with Walker Harris, you're better off using 2 Walker Harris for the damage to armor. So this one really doesn't matter unless you're using it with a pistol build. I mean, I'm just being honest. Another thing would be like a key tank build where like you use this with like a Vanguard and a pistol build where you could use this with do perfect Vanguard. You could even do there's a few ways you could spin this with the increased threat. It could work just getting the overall aggro in PvE, but man, is that not worth it in my opinion. Not at all. But these are just my honest thoughts and review of the new brand set and named items that are coming with it. And all of this is set to go live on May the 27th during the launch of Year 7 Season 1. I'm Kamikazevondoom. If you found this helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. But that's it for me. Take care now. Bye-bye, and peace out.